Hey friends, today I want to talk to you about a conversation I had with my husband that got heated. He told me, I am not your competition. Your competition is outside this house. Okay, so y'all stay tuned for this one. This is a good one. Because today I want to talk about nurturing your own self-growth in your relationship. All right, but before I get to that, don't forget, thank you for coming to the Business with B, where we talk about all things business, relationship, faith, family, career, and finances. We're talking about all those different business things and trying to make them better in this community. And don't forget, I am also the author of Marriage Business, From Proposal to Prosperity, How to Build Your Dynasty the Fortune 500 Way. Because, baby, these businesses we building, we got to build them the way that corporate folks do. We got to build them the Fortune 500 way. That's the only way to build your dynasty. So we're going to talk about that. So thank you for being a part of this community. If you're new, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, click on the notification buttons, all those things, because we getting ready to get into it. And I want you to share this message with somebody, because if this message resonates with you, why not share it with a friend? Whenever you get, something good, you like, I don't want to keep this to myself. A girl found this great outfit and it was on sale. You can find it right here for $19.99. So this is like that. This is like that good stuff on sale, almost free, buy one, get one free, Anyway, all right, so today I really want to talk to you guys about nurturing your relationship and nurturing yourself in a relationship. But like, how do you balance all of that? Focusing on you, but still not making your partner feel like you totally pushing them to the side. So we're going to talk about that. So pursuing your personal goals and passion is important to a marriage. Why? For a few reasons. You have to realize in your relationship, there should not be competition. And I remember the story about my husband saying to me, I'm not your competition. I'm not who you need to worry about. And it's funny, he said that in the midst of, we were both at the time, banking. We were both in banking careers. We were in very similar roles at two different banks. And I remember his clients coming to my bank trying to get a lower rate on their commercial loan. And he's like, why are you taking my clients? We're not in competition. And in my mind, I'm like, well, you at another bank and I'm trying to win this deal. So kind of you are the competition. So anyways, he said, I'm not your competition. You need to worry about them people out there. We on the same team. We trying to build a dynasty. And I was like, that's interesting. So what I realized about that is that if we are both strong in our relationship, a 1 and a 1 equals 2. 1 strong and 1 strong equals 2. But 1 strong and 1 part is 0. And 1 strong and 1 negative, I'm getting into math now, but a -1 and a +1 is still 0. So you got to have 2 very strong people in a relationship. Pulling back the layers in that discussion, I realized my husband was saying, if we're fighting when we get in here, we're not healthy, But if you're good and we realize that we're building a dynasty, we're building a kingdom, it don't matter where we work, who we show up for in the corporate arena. At the end of the day, what we contribute to this pot is going to be stronger than any of those things on the outside. And so I think it's so important to realize who is your competitor and who is your comrade. And for me, realizing my husband and I were on the same team, he's my confidant, he's my comrade. That's been game changer for my relationship, because I'm running everything by him. He's running everything by me. Why? Because we're building a dynasty. And at the end of the day, if no one else is for you, when you come home, this one right here is for you. And that's what you want in your relationship. You want your spouse, your significant other, to understand that I can battle everyone in the world when I get out in these streets, because I'm trying to win and they're trying to win, and they're trying to, if there's only one fish in a pond, somebody's going to win the fish and somebody's going to be hungry. And you have to realize that fight has to stay outside of your home. That fight does not come in your home. When you get home, that's the person who is there to nurture, rebuild, replenish you, so that you can go out and fight another day, go out and win another fish, right? So think about that as you're in your relationship, is that we're in this together. And if we are both strong, then we are stronger to fight the other things, the other battles, whether it's in our family, whether it's with our children, because things will happen with your children, whether it's with your parents and your husband's parents, in-laws. Opposition will come, but Do not ever let it tear the two of you apart. You guys have to be rooted and grounded and strong so that you can deal with all the other things that you will deal with, and they will come. You will deal with other things. That's the first thing, is just realizing that you're not in competition. That is your comrade. You are in this together. That's the one that's on your team. You're fighting the same battles. The second thing I want you to know is that realizing that focusing on you is not about neglecting your spouse, okay? So as you think about your own personal development in your relationship, you still have to bring your healthy best self to the relationship. And so living your purpose is going to create a healthy and happy partnership. If I am not living in my own individual talents and gifts for myself, I can't ever be strong for my husband because there's a deficit within me. So I think so often we're focused on the relationship. And I did already talk about the sum is greater than one individual. But at the same time, if there's not a healthy individual bringing themselves to the relationship, there's never going to be a healthy sum. There's never going to be two healthies. So you have to focus on your individual health, your individual passion, pursuing what's important to you, your dreams. God created you for a purpose. Now, you live within the relationship, that is true, but you have to bring your gifts and talents to the world, because otherwise there's always going to be a deficit. And we're here to make the world better. The great thing about living in your gifts and talents is that if you're in a healthy relationship, for me, I'm always understanding. My husband has amazing gifts and talents that are not mine, quite frankly. You know, he has a whole big purpose that God has given him in his life. And it is my goal to cultivate that, to water and nourish that, to uplift him and make him understand, like, you are here for a purpose that is bigger than you, and I'm pouring into that. I need to see him realize his individual gifts and talents so that he can be healthy for not only just our relationship, but for the community and for the bigger purpose, which is what God has put him on the earth for. When I see him living in his gifts and talents, that makes me happy. For the same goes for him. He wants to see me also. I have different gifts and talents than he has. If I dilute that or, put out my fire because I'm so focused on the greater good and not my individual talent, then the world is missing some great gifts and talents that I may bring or that he may bring. So for a marriage, it's important to recognize that part of your role in your marriage is to inspire, motivate, and have great impact. And so your goal is to also not only just focus on cultivating your own individual gifts and talents, but also encouraging and empowering your spouse to also cultivate their own gifts and talents, so that the world can be greater. And the world is greater because the two of you are in it, and because the two of you are pouring into each other, so that you guys can give those dynamic gifts and talents to others to have a better, stronger community. So those are really important things that I wanted to talk about today with regards to nurturing your own individual talents, but also living within the confines of a relationship and being able to leverage the strength of the relationship to do greater good. All right, I hope I said something that resonated with you. Some of you might be like, girl, no, that doesn't apply to me. But if something did apply to you, I hope that you will like, share, and click on the notification button so that you can keep up with all the latest and greatest here in the community. Remember, the Business with B is about you and me. That's how we make up this community. So this is all about business relationships, marriage relationships, family relationships. We all about the business here at Business with B. I hope to see you soon. Hey friends, do not forget to go down to the link in the description and sign up so you can receive the newsletter. Why? Because the newsletter has all the greatest and latest resources, where I'm speaking at, different things that are going on, because at the end of the day, I'm trying to give you great resources because we're going to have the most amazing 2024. I'm looking forward to getting all those testimonies about not just your relationships, but about how you grow in your business, all the great things your babies are doing. So make sure you subscribe and make sure you click on the link and sign up for the newsletter. All right, friends, talk to y'all soon.